Question 1. When you see this sign, what must you do before proceeding? A. Stop completely. B. Slow down and yield. C. Stop only if others present. D. Merge without stopping. Answers is A. Stop completely. The sign indicates a mandatory stop. You must stop completely before the limit line, crosswalk, or entering the intersection, and yield to all cross traffic before proceeding safely. Question 2. What is the basic speed law in California? A. You must never drive faster than 55. B. You should always drive at the posted speed limit. C. You must not drive faster than is safe for conditions. D. You can exceed the speed limit if traffic flow allows. Answers is C. You must not drive faster than is safe for conditions. The basic speed law means you may never drive faster than is safe for current conditions, regardless of the posted speed limit. Consider weather, visibility, and traffic. Question 3. What does this road sign indicate to drivers? A. Steep incline ahead. B. Sharp curve to left. C. Steep downgrade ahead. D. Slippery road. Answers is C. Steep downgrade ahead. This sign warns drivers of a steep descent or downgrade in the road ahead. Drivers should prepare to shift to a lower gear to control speed and prevent brake fade. Question 4. When can you legally block an intersection? A. Only when making a left turn. B. When traffic is light. C. Never, even if your light is green. D. When trying to make a U-turn. Answers is C. Never, even if your light is green. You must never enter an intersection, even if your light is green, unless you can get completely through it. This prevents blocking traffic flow and causing gridlock. Question 5. What action is prohibited at an intersection displaying this sign? A. Turning left. B. Going straight. C. Right turn. D. Making a U-turn. Answers is C. Right turn. This sign indicates that a right turn is prohibited at the intersection where the sign is posted. Drivers must choose an alternative direction. Question 6. When are you required to use your headlights? A. Only at night. B. Anytime visibility is low. C. 30 mins after sunset until 30 mins before sunrise. D. During heavy rain but not light rain. Answers is C. 30 mins after sunset until 30 mins before sunrise. California law requires you to turn on your headlights 30 minutes after sunset until 30 minutes before sunrise, and at any time visibility is limited to 1,000 feet or less. Question 7. What does this sign warn drivers about? A. Road construction. B. Slippery road surface. C. Sharp turn. D. Loose gravel. Answers is B. Slippery road surface. This sign indicates that the road surface ahead may be slippery, especially when wet or icy. Drivers should reduce speed and increase following distance. Question 8. When driving in fog, you should use your A. Headlights. B. Parking lights only. C. Headlights. D. Hazard lights. Answers is C. Headlights. In fog, rain, or snow, headlights are most effective. High beams can reflect off the precipitation and worsen visibility, making it harder to see. Question 9. What does this sign indicate to drivers? A. Sharp curve. B. Traffic signal. C. Circular intersection. D. Divided highway. Answers is C. Circular intersection. This sign indicates that there is a roundabout or circular intersection ahead. Drivers should yield to traffic already in the roundabout and enter when safe. Question 10. You are required to stop at a railroad crossing when a train is approaching. B. A flagger signals you to stop. C. The crossing gates are lowered. D. All of the above are correct. Answers is D. All of the above are correct. You must stop at a railroad crossing when any of these conditions occur. A train is visible. A flagger signals to stop. The gates are down, or warning lights are flashing. Question 11. What does this sign require drivers to do? A. Stop completely. B. Yield. C. Speed up to merge. D. Prepare for sharp turn. Answers is B. Yield. This sign means yield. You must slow down and be prepared to stop if necessary to allow other vehicles or pedestrians to proceed before you enter the intersection. Question 12. If your vehicle starts to hydroplane, you should A. Accelerate quickly. B. Brake hard. C. Ease off accelerator and steer straight. D. Turn the steering wheel sharply. Answers is C. Ease off accelerator and steer straight. If your vehicle hydroplanes, ease off the accelerator and steer straight until your tires regain traction. Do not brake or turn sharply, as this can cause a loss of control. Question 13. What does this sign indicate about passing? A. Overtaking for motorcycles. B. Overtaking prohibited. C. Overtaking on right. D. Overtaking permitted if safe. Answers is B. Overtaking prohibited. This sign means no overtaking or no passing. You are prohibited from passing other vehicles in this zone due to safety concerns like limited visibility or narrow roads. Question 14. Before changing lanes, you should A. Signal, check mirrors, and blind spots. B. Check mirrors and accelerate. C. Signal only if other cars are nearby. D. Glance over your shoulder quickly. Answers is A. Signal, check mirrors, and blind spots. Before changing lanes, always signal, check your rear and side mirrors, and then perform a head check to ensure your blind spots are clear of other vehicles or motorcycles. Question 15. This sign warns drivers to be alert for A. School zone, B. Children playing nearby, C. Pedestrian crossing, D. A playground. Answers is B. Children playing nearby. This sign warns drivers that children may be present or crossing the road in the area. Drivers should reduce speed and be extra vigilant, especially in residential areas. Question 16. It is illegal to park your vehicle A. on a residential street, B. next to a curb, C. in a tunnel or on a bridge, D. in a parking spot. Answers is C. in a tunnel or on a bridge. Parking is prohibited in tunnels and on bridges, except where signs permit. This is for safety, to maintain traffic flow, and to allow access for emergency vehicles. Question 17. What does this sign indicate about the road ahead? A. Two-way traffic. B. A dead end. C. One-way street. D. Divided highway. Answers is C. One-way street. This sign indicates that the road ahead is a one-way street, meaning traffic flows in only one direction. Drivers should not attempt to drive against traffic. Question 18. What should you do if an emergency vehicle with flashing lights is approaching from behind? A. Speed up to get out of the way. B. Maintain your speed. C. Pull to the right edge of road and stop. D. Pull to the left edge of the road. Answers is C. Pull to the right edge of road and stop. When an emergency vehicle approaches with flashing lights or sirens, you must safely pull over to the right edge of the road and stop until it passes. Then proceed with caution. Question 19. This sign indicates a bike lane. B. Pedestrian crosswalk. C. School crossing. D. Playground area. Answers is B. Pedestrian crosswalk. This sign warns drivers of a pedestrian crossing ahead. Drivers must be prepared to yield to pedestrians, especially if they are already in the crosswalk. Question 20. To avoid moves, you should look down the road at least A. Seconds ahead. B. Seconds ahead. C. Seconds ahead. D. Only at the vehicle in front of you. Answers is B. Seconds ahead. Looking seconds ahead provides enough time to react to changes in traffic or road conditions, helping you avoid sudden braking or steering. Question 21. What does this sign mean? A. No stopping. B. Parking prohibited. C. Parking reserved. D. Park for short time. Answers is B. Parking prohibited. This sign indicates that parking is prohibited in the area. Stopping briefly to load or unload passengers may be allowed unless further restricted. Question 22. You may make a left turn on a red light only if A. Turning from one-way to one-way street. B. Turning from two-way to one-way street. C. There is no oncoming traffic. D. You stop and yield to pedestrians first. Answers is A. Turning from one-way to one-way street. In California, a left turn on a red light is allowed only if you are turning from a one-way street onto a one-way street, after coming to a complete stop and yielding to all traffic and pedestrians. Question 23. What does this sign indicate? A. Crossing. B. Single railway track. C. Pedestrian crossing. D. A bridge ahead. Answers is B. Single railway track. This sign warns drivers of an upcoming railway crossing. Be prepared to stop if a train is approaching by flashing lights or crossing arms. Question 24. When passing a bicyclist, you should A. Honk your horn to warn them. B. Pass as closely as possible. C. Leave enough space to avoid collision. D. Speed up and pass quickly. Answers is C. Leave enough space to avoid collision. When passing a bicyclist, drivers must provide sufficient clearance, at least 3 feet, to ensure their safety. This is a California law known as the 3 Feet for Safety Act. Question 25. What action is required by this sign? A. Turn right only. B. Turn left only. C. Proceed straight. D. Make a U-turn. Answers is C. Proceed straight. This sign means that traffic must proceed straight ahead only. Turning right or left is not permitted from this lane or at the intersection where the sign is posted. Question 26. If your brakes fail while driving, you should first A. Pump the brake pedal rapidly. B. Apply the parking brake quickly. C. Shift to a higher gear. D. Turn off the engine. Answers is A. Pump the brake pedal rapidly. If your brakes fail, rapidly pump the brake pedal. This might build up enough hydraulic pressure to stop. If not, use the parking brake and shift to a lower gear. Question 27. What does this sign warn about? A. Strong headwind. B. Sharp curve. C. Strong crosswinds. D. Low bridge. Answers is C. Strong crosswinds. This sign warns drivers of strong crosswinds ahead, which can affect vehicle control. Drivers should grip the steering wheel firmly and be prepared to correct their vehicle's path. Question 28. When is it legal to make a U-turn in a residential district? A. Only at intersections. B. When no cars are approaching. C. If no vehicles are approaching within 200 feet. D. Never. Answers is C. If no vehicles are approaching within 200 feet. In a residential district, U-turns are legal if there are no vehicles approaching within 200 feet or if a traffic sign allows it. Always ensure it's safe and doesn't impede traffic. Question 29. This sign prohibits drivers from A. Turning right, B. Turning left, C. Making a U-turn, D. Going straight. Answers is C. Making a U-turn. This sign explicitly prohibits drivers from making a U-turn at the location where it is posted. Disobeying this sign can result in a traffic citation. Question 30. When driving behind another vehicle, you should maintain a following distance of at least A. 1 second, B. 2 seconds, C. 3 seconds, D. 5 seconds. Answers is C. 3 seconds. The rule is a common guideline for safe following distance under ideal conditions, providing enough time to react and stop if the vehicle ahead suddenly brakes. Question 31. What does this sign indicate? A. Smooth road, B. Uneven road or bumps, C. Narrow bridge, D. Steep hill. Answers is B. Uneven road or bumps. This sign warns drivers of an uneven road surface, which could include bumps, dips, or rough pavement. Reduce speed to maintain control and avoid vehicle damage. Question 32. You must notify the within 5 days if you A. Paint your car a new color, B. Sell or transfer your vehicle, C. Get a new job, D. Move to a new city. Answers is B. Sell or transfer your vehicle. When you sell or transfer ownership of a vehicle, you must notify the within 5 days to release your liability for future tickets, accidents, or other legal issues involving the vehicle. Question 33. What does this sign mean for vehicle speed? A. Max speed is 50, B. Min speed is 50, C. Recommended speed 50, D. Speed limit ends. Answers is B. Min speed is 50. This sign indicates a minimum speed limit. Drivers must not drive slower than the posted speed E. G. 50 unless road or traffic conditions require a slower speed for safety. Question 34. What should you do if you hit a parked car and can't find the owner? A. Leave a note with your information. B. Drive away quickly. C. Report it to your insurance company only. D. Wait indefinitely for the owner. Answers is A. Leave a note with your information. If you hit a parked car and can't find the owner, you must leave a note with your name, address, phone number, and a brief explanation of what happened. You should also report it to law enforcement. Question 35. This sign indicates A. Detour ahead. B. Road work ahead. C. Hazardous zone. D. New road opening. Answers is B. Road work ahead. This sign warns drivers of road work, construction, or maintenance ahead. Drivers should slow down, be alert for workers and equipment, and follow any temporary traffic controls. Question 36. When can you legally turn right on a red light? A. Always, as long as no traffic is coming. B. After stopping and checking for. C. Only if a sign permits it. D. Never. Answers is B. After stopping and checking for. In California, you may turn right on a red light after coming to a complete stop and yielding to all traffic and pedestrians, unless a no turn on red sign is present. Question 37. What does this sign mean? A. You must yield to all traffic. B. On a priority road. C. Road ends ahead. D. Prepare to stop. Answers is B. On a priority road. This sign indicates that you are on a priority road, meaning you have the over traffic entering from minor roads, unless otherwise by other signs. Question 38. To be a safe driver, you should A. Assume other drivers will make mistakes. B. Drive defensively only on highways. C. Always drive at the maximum speed limit. D. Rely solely on your car's safety features. Answers is A. Assume other drivers will make mistakes. Defensive driving involves anticipating hazards and assuming other drivers might make errors. This allows you to react safely and prevent accidents, protecting yourself and others. Question 39. This sign indicates A pedestrian crossing. B. A traffic signal ahead. C. A railroad crossing. D. A stop sign. Answers is B. A traffic signal ahead. This sign warns drivers that a traffic light traffic signal is ahead, giving them time to prepare to stop or proceed depending on the light's status. Question 40. A flashing yellow traffic light means A. Stop and proceed when safe. B. Proceed with caution. C. The light is about to turn red. D. Yield to all traffic. Answers is B. Proceed with caution. A flashing yellow light means you should slow down and proceed with caution. Be prepared to stop if necessary for other vehicles or pedestrians, as there might be a hazard. Question 41. What does this sign mean? A. Stop to load passengers. B. Stopping prohibited. C. Parking prohibited. D. Stop if emergency. Answers is B. Stopping prohibited. This sign means no stopping. You cannot stop for any reason, including passengers or goods, in this area. This rule is often enforced strictly. Question 42. This sign warns drivers about A steep hill, B, dangerous shoulder, C, narrow road, D, slippery road. Answers is B, dangerous shoulder. This sign indicates that the shoulder of the road ahead may be dangerous, soft, or otherwise unsuitable for use. Avoid driving on it to prevent losing control or getting stuck. Question 43. What does this sign direct you to do? A, turn left, B, pass on the right, C, pass on the left, D, stop ahead. Answers is B, pass on the right. This sign indicates that you must pass the obstacle such as a traffic island or median only on the right side. It helps guide traffic flow safely around obstructions. Question 44. What type of road is by this sign? A local road, B, C, scenic route, D, a toll road. Answers is B. This sign marks the beginning of a motorway or expressway, which typically has higher speed limits, multiple lanes, and restricted access points. Question 45. This sign warns drivers to watch for A, pedestrians ahead, B, crossing, C, horseback riders, D, children at play. Answers is B, crossing. This sign warns drivers to be aware of bicyclists who may be entering, crossing, or riding alongside the roadway. Always share the road safely with cyclists. Question 46. What is the maximum speed permitted here? A, 60, B, 50, C, 40, D, speed is unlimited. Answers is B, 50. This sign indicates the maximum speed limit permitted on this section of the road is 50, under ideal driving conditions. Adjust speed for adverse conditions. Question 47. What does this sign indicate? A, pedestrian walkway, B, road for all vehicles, C, cycle track, D, a hiking trail. Answers is C, cycle track. This sign indicates a cycle track or lane, which is exclusively for bicycles. Other vehicles are generally not permitted to drive or park in this lane. Question 48. This sign warns drivers about A, straight road, B, curve to the right, C, sharp left turn, D, winding road. Answers is B, curve to the right. This sign indicates a dangerous curve to the right is ahead. Drivers should reduce speed and be prepared to navigate the curve safely to maintain control of their vehicle. Question 49. What does this sign mean? A, U-turns prohibited, B, U-turn required, C, U-turn area, D, a parking area. Answers is C, U-turn area. This sign indicates a place where U-turns are permitted and often to reverse directions safely. Always check for other traffic before making the turn. Question 50. What does this sign indicate? A, vehicles may enter, B, entry prohibited, C, one-way street entrance, D, pedestrians only. Answers is B, entry prohibited. This sign, often seen at the exit of a one-way street or restricted area, means do not enter and prohibits all vehicles from entering from that direction for safety reasons.